Hey everybody, BMB here. I've just finished my, almost finished my Boonedox Landing Gear installation on my Native Manta Ray 12 Propel. One of the things about these landing gears is that they have a backing plate that needs to be installed underneath the kayak. There have been a few people who've noted issues with this installation, primarily because of the length. If the backing plate isn't long enough, it can put a lot of stress on the hull of the kayak, the plastic on the top end of the kayak. So it's been recommended by Boonedox on their website and on our social media pages to put a backing plate underneath it, additional backing plate underneath it. So what I did is I actually purchased some starboard, 1/4 inch thick king starboard. I had it formed, had formed so that it kind of makes this shape underneath. And you probably can't, unfortunately I didn't take a picture underneath earlier, but it kind of comes up like here, and it's about 2 1/4 inches long. And I used it to taper out to right about here. So the whole piece is one long backing plate that kind of goes in this shape, and it's on both sides. So one of the things that I do on my Manta Ray, a lot of people don't do, is I troll using a downrigger. And so one of the things that I'm concerned about when using a downrigger is the stress on the hull, essentially on the deck. And so what I did is I got this Scotty mount. I think it's a 244 Flushmount. And underneath it, since I had the whole backing plate that went all the way here, I drilled a hole through the middle, and I backed it with 4 stainless steel screws, which you probably would hopefully be able to see when I go in later, to kind of show how this one plastic piece covers this whole section. And it's backed essentially by these 2 5/16 bolts here, stainless steel bolts, as well as these 1/4 by 20 stainless steel bolts with nuts underneath. So as I was saying, underneath this whole piece, there's a cutout piece of king starboard of 1/4 inch thick material, and I'm going to try to get inside of the hull to kind of show you how it's backed. Unfortunately, it won't fit through the rudder that I removed, so I could easily access the point, but I'm going to try to get in through the hull this way, see if it works. So I did kind of play around with the placement on these a little bit. Over here you should be able to see the 5/16 bolts underneath, how they attach the king starboard. And up ahead there's a bit of a foam pad. And that's where the Scotty mount's attached, with the 1/4 inch 20 stainless steel nuts and bolts. So, and I did the same thing on the port side as well. Now on the port side of my kayak, I did the same thing with the 2 5/16 bolts, stainless steel bolts, to attach the actual Boonedox Landing Gear itself. And up here, something that I personally use a lot is I tend to anchor in my kayak when I'm fishing for sturgeon. And so this is a mini clam cleat, and what happens is you just take the rope and it attaches and it kind of just jams in. That's a good way to quick release rope if you ever need to. But so the same thing underneath to back the landing gear backing plate. I have the same 5/16 bolts and nuts, stainless steel lock nuts. And up here, I had 1024 stainless steel nuts, lock nuts, attaching to the bolts. So that should be able to keep the whole backing plate in place when I'm out there. So hopefully this works. This helps out anyone who has any questions on how to install landing gear. I think this is a pretty bomb-proof method to make sure that you don't have problems in the future with protrusions from the deck of the kayak. Yeah, it's probably a little bit overkill for some people, but I think in general it's important to do things in an overkill fashion rather than to not. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. This is BNB Fishing. See ya. Bye-bye.